Hello and welcome to Breakpoint, the only show in Mzansi that showcases the best of local tennis and shines a spotlight on South Africa's current and emerging tennis stars.
I'm Haika van Vuren. I come from George. I'm 17 years old and I play tennis.
Haika van Vuren has had a dream 2021 season, having won 35 of 44 matches that she participated in. Haika has reached a career high of 149 in the ITF junior rankings as of December the 13th.
My sister actually started playing tennis in the family, and my grandma, so I just saw them one day and picked up a racket. It's been an incredible journey. I learned a lot, traveled a lot, met people that I never thought I would, and it's just all positive. I just came back from Zimbabwe, which was quite nice to visit. It's a beautiful country. I know people say it's not, but I like it. And I've been all over South Africa this year, Cape Town, Durban, Johannesburg, you name it, and it's been incredible. Okay, so South Africa is giving us plenty of opportunity with all the ITFs now in South Africa, and I think we really appreciate it that they're doing this for us to help us to make our dreams come true. Josie and Spring Open, it was tough. I mean, the competition was hectic there, but it was, nice to play different people and experiencing new things. It was, though, an incredible experience, but yeah, it didn't play that well.
She has recently moved from the Cape Coast to the Northwest University in Potchefstroom to train at the Rian Venter Tennis Academy and also to complete her matric year in Potch.
So I was at Great Tennis Academy in George. The team was incredible, the people was incredible. It's been a good journey, but when you need to go further, you need to find new people that will help you get further, new facilities, bigger facilities, and things that could help you achieve your dream.
Haika is one of the most talented players that I've seen in a long time, and but it needed for her to be. It became necessary for her to move to where she can be getting to a more professional system. Here at the academy, we look at everything, from the diet to the mental side. To the physical side, which now becomes very, very important for her. So we've got, movement specialists, conditioning specialists that now will be working with her. So yeah, and then also she's got more, players of the same caliber, which she can practice against every day. So I think that is, they did a great job in George, obviously, but sometimes, you have to move to where the next step, you have to take the next step, which is never easy, but I think it's going to be great for her.
I know most of the people here. I know what they've been through and things, and it's just, I can see how they improve their tennis, and there's a lot of good players here at the Rian Venter Academy and Potch, so I think it's helpful.
Technically, we did a lot of work on the backhand side. So we're working hard on the backhand side to make it as good as the forehand side, because the forehand is really good. One of the big problems with most of the South African players is that we are waiting for the ball. So we're working very hard for her to move towards the ball more. So the movement aspects, we're working very, very hard on. And then, as you saw probably, on the serve, technically, there's one or two glitches which we need to improve.
My future dreams is to play junior Grand Slams next year. And then from there, it's more futures than ITFs, and then it's the senior Grand Slams.
With South Africa hosting major pro ITF World Tennis Tour event competitions, this will enable players like Haika to constantly improve by competing with international tennis players. We wish her all the best in her tennis endeavours. The BNP Paribas Coaches Mentorship Program is aimed at creating more sustainable training and coaching opportunities for both black and female coaches, with 238 coaches successfully trained and upskilled in the first 3 years. This year, the program saw a total of 107 coaches, representing all 9 provinces. The program continues its female-empowered focus, with 54% of the new candidates being women.
We launched the program in 2018, and the aim has been to grow the number of coaches, to change the demographic of coaches across South Africa, and specifically creating more sustainable coaching opportunities for black and female coaches.
The BNP mentorship program helped me a lot. I'm able to coach, and I've learned so much for myself as well. We've learned that being a tennis coach is not just being a coach. You are a mentor, you are a guardian, you are helpful, you give those children love and embrace them as they learn how to play tennis.
You learn a lot through tennis because you're not just being a player, it will be the same as being a coach, but it's not the same. You learn a lot about how to carry yourself around the kids, how to explain or elaborate the game for them to understand and for them to grow more interest in it. At first it was a bit challenging because I still have to go back to the book, but as I go it's easier and it's very interesting as you get more creative and more experience and you connect with the kids as well.
I think one highlight of this year is that many of the coaches that started on the program have also entered the second level, which is our coaching beginner intermediate players, our national instructors. So we're very proud of that, showing that we are progressing our coaches within the program. So the program is not just always for new coaches, it's also to mentor existing coaches.
When I started, I went and did the play and stay training course or coaches course, and then now I managed to go for the level 1 national instructor course, which was very much helpful for me personally and as a coach, and then be able to assist the kids that we're coaching here. The whole process teaches you the basics, of coaching, which is very important. But not only that, because we need to progress, because we're having kids who one day we wish to see them playing at bigger stages, and so they actually go further when you go to national instructor or level 1, where you learn more about strategies of the game, which is very important for us to take it a step further, which is very, I believe that it has empowered me a great deal.
Programs like the BNP Paribas Coaches Mentorship will definitely help Tennis South Africa to access previously disadvantaged communities and to introduce the sport of tennis in the rural and township areas by upskilling coaches of colour.
We never had a chance when we were young to get training, tennis coaching of this caliber. So it makes me excited to see that they are going to learn how to play tennis and be champions one day, and taking them off the streets, and keeping them in the tennis court and them going home later and telling their parents that they were playing tennis, they were being coached. That makes me a happy person because I never got that opportunity when I was young.
We're still going to be more involved because we are also involved, with development. We go to communities, and so using these skills, that we get from the mentorship program, it really assists us to actually, step up our game and be able to, because we want to see our kids competing, at the highest level. Some of our kids now are actually, are able to go to trials, at district level, and also to represent the province, which is very good. And we believe that very soon we should be able to make, Mbombela in our areas in Mpumalanga, a powerhouse, and I believe we can do that.
For me as a young black woman, it helps us to grow the sport to let the kids in our communities, because it's easier for us to go there. We know where they need it, the disadvantaged communities. We know which schools to go to. Even though they don't have the material or the equipment, we bring it along and then we teach them, for them to show them that tennis, you don't need to watch it on TV only. You can also do it yourself and play, and then that's how we recruit people at times.
So the way it works is every year individuals are able to apply through their province. So if anyone is interested, they can apply through the province. We are hoping that we'll be able to continue with the partnership with BNP Paribas to enter a 5th year. But currently we're just trying to finish this year and helping coaches to finalize and finish assessments, as well as really just provide as much as we can before this year ends. We'll obviously also do an evaluation to see where coaches are at the end of this year, if they've achieved their goals, and maybe also help with some goal setting for the next year.
With the continued support from sponsors like the BNP Paribas to take the sport of tennis to the people, it won't be too long till we produce the next stars like Kgothatso Monjane, Lloyd Harris and Raven Klaasen. It's time for a quick ad break. Don't go anywhere because we will be back in a second. Welcome back. You're still watching Breakpoint. Born in Pretoria but raised in Mpumalanga and Johannesburg, Yarona Murule started playing tennis at the age of 4 and has never looked back. The 17-year-old has participated in many junior competitions and is slowly making a name for himself.
So I'm 17 right now. I was born in 2004, March 12. I was born in Pretoria. Tennis is just my sport, it's the only sport I've been playing ever since I was 4. So then that's where I kind of I've grown my passion really, for tennis and everything. But that's just me. I'm grade 11 right now. It's good, it's good. That's me.
Yarona, currently number 4 in the Tennis South Africa Under-18s rankings, has competed in over 10 ITFs this year, making it to the finals at the J5 Bulawayo ITF.
A few weeks ago, I made it to number 1 in the country, so that, working hard and really being determined and dedicated to the sport, got me to number 1 in the country, 700 in the world, right now it's a bit difficult because of COVID, so tournaments tend to slow down, but with the opportunities I had, I really felt like I've done the most. I could have done more, we don't know, but I'm really happy with what I've achieved, and it's just the beginning, We don't stop here, we just keep on going, keep on pushing and keep on working hard.
Yarona missed an opportunity to represent his country at the 2020 Africa Tennis Championship that was to be held in Togo last year. This year saw his dream of wearing green and gold and being selected to represent South Africa at the AUSC Region 5 Games that were recently held in Lesotho.
Short term, I'm really trying to look at playing Division 1 tennis in the States. I really want to see myself being a top player in the world in varsity or in my age, and also, I'd love to see myself on the tour, playing against your Rogers, your Nadals, your Djokovic, playing Grand Slams, really putting the country on the map, so that just like I said, as young kids, they look up to us and they're like, if he can do it, I can do it, I'm trying to say. And that's where I really want to see myself, doing the most I can in the sport, so that the generation behind me can do better. I'm trying to say, and even the generation that I'm in right now can even do better than what they're doing. It's all about progression. So that's where I really want to see myself. On the tour in the States, Division 1, studying my degree, whatever. Enjoying life. That's where I want to see myself.
This young man's dream is simple: to get onto a plane to America and to make a mark in the college circuit, competing against the best junior players in the world, and most importantly, improving his game to be the best not only in South Africa but in the world. The leading South African business and international property company Growthpoint has indeed given Tennis South Africa a space to thrive through the Growthpoint Super 8 Series tournaments, which continues to discover young talent annually across the country.
The tournament that we're currently playing is the Growthpoint Super 8 Gauteng Central. It's a series of 8 events around the country. The players get national rankings. With the current event, we have players from Cape Town, KZN, some of them are even coming from Zimbabwe. So it's where the junior players show their talents and they can get selected for national teams and all the other events that we have.
As a coach, it's important, especially it's like baking. So you need all the right ingredients, especially for tournaments like this. You don't just rush the kids to play tournaments of this caliber. This is where they need to start probably preparing them, especially back into their respective clubs. That's why as part of the center, we work closely with the clubs that are around Pretoria and which making sure that our program is designed to make sure that these kids, they're able to filter, especially in tournaments like this.
It's great working with my coach because he's coaching me like strategies, how I can play my game, how I can relieve my stress or anything, just to relax.
The first leg of the summer series was held at the Ellis Park tennis courts and came to a conclusion on Wednesday, the 15th of December, and saw boys and girls who accumulated the most points throughout the series win their trophies for their hard work. Other events were hosted in Cape Town, Ekurhuleni and the Winelands this December.
I think I was consistent throughout the whole tournament. I was making a lot of balls, less errors, and I think I played well. Finals, I was consistent, wasn't making too many mistakes, and I think I gave it all my best.
The finals was a very good match. I played Nastine van der Rooyen. She's a good opponent to play against.
It was a good year. I think obviously last year was quite tough with COVID and all that, so it was tough to play. But this year they reintroduced all the tournaments. I think I had quite a good year. I competed a lot overseas, ITFs. I played some local futures here as well. So overall, yeah, a lot of good competition, good tournaments. I'd say it's a good year overall.
I mean, I've had a pretty good year playing juniors and a few the futures that were held here, and I went to Tunisia to play 215Ks. So yeah, I was meant to play the 2 futures now in March, which were cancelled because of COVID. So I played these tournaments. I was pretty well prepared, and I felt good going through my matches. So it was a good year overall, and I'm happy to end with a win.
Every match from day one has been interesting, especially the young ones, your under 12 and 14s. It looks like we have like a great future when it comes to tennis. So I was quite impressed with the young ones.
Growth Point and Tennis South Africa pride themselves in championing grassroots sports development for children from all backgrounds, investing in their potential and shining the light on the country's tremendous talent. It has been a wonderful season for tennis, and new champions are constantly born through this series. Let's meet Aluandes Kosana, former South Africa's junior #1 and #2 globally. Aluandes started his tennis career when he went to study at a special school in Harding, KwaZulu-Natal. Tennis was one of the sports that was popular at the school, and Aluandes did not think twice when he was given a racket and the ball.
Aluandes Kosana is a 21 years old wheelchair tennis player, all the way from Durban in KwaZulu-Natal. I started playing the sport at the age of 9, when I was still in primary school in Harding Special School. That's when I picked up my racket, and I guess from then I actually fell in love with the sport. Support from friends is actually really amazing. They really support me a lot, especially during tournaments overseas. They always send me messages, wishing me all the best. And also same as family. But I guess family, I still have a job to do to teach them more about the sport, because they're not really into the sport. It's actually not that popular, especially where I come from. So I guess I still have a task to do to teach them more about the sport. But I guess, yeah, they do actually know a little, but yeah, I want them to know everything about the sport. The biggest platform where this could be shown is definitely on television. So I feel like if we could be given much opportunities, to showcase our skills, showcase our talent on, the biggest platform, will definitely change the world's view of people with disability. I feel like also, as people living with physical challenges, we using all the small platforms that we are given to showcase our skills and talent. And I'm glad that there is not just 1 or 2. There's a lot now in different sporting, codes, and also in normal life in general.
Aluandes has represented South Africa at various tournaments this year, having reached 3 finals and winning the Hülya Avşar Open ITF Future Series single title, as well as the Aksa Dogilgaz Open doubles title in Turkey. Skosana jumped 56 spots in an ITF ranking of 48 following his exploits in Turkey.
My trip to Turkey actually started beginning of this year when I had to plan the tournaments for the year. And to be honest, I felt like I got really disappointed at some point because some tournaments were actually cancelled just a few days before I had to leave. And sometimes I was actually restricted to travel to a lot of countries due to South Africa being marked as a red flag country. But instead of, just beating myself down, I actually saw it as a great opportunity to train hard, work on my game and, become the master of my game and promise myself that any opportunity that I get, I will try to make the most out of it. Which actually really happened when I got the opportunity to go play the tournaments in Turkey. And to be honest, I really didn't know anything about the tournament. One of the players actually asked me if did I enter for the tournament, and I was like, oh, okay. I was not aware that there's actually 4 tournaments in Turkey, and it was actually good for me since I hadn't played any tournament this year. At the moment, definitely it's Christmas time. I'm actually gonna relax, have good time with my family. But yeah, looking at next year, I definitely have to come up with the plan. But I think the first quarter of the year, I'm definitely looking at Turkey. There's few tournaments in Turkey and also World Team qualification. So I'm definitely looking at those tournaments, and I'm definitely also confident after these 4 good tournaments to go there and do better.
Aluandes aspires to surpass those who came before him and paved the way. His dream is to reach a world #1 ranking and to win a Grand Slam. And the ultimate goal is to put the small town of Harding on the global stage.
Hi, my name is Gisela. I'm the coach's manager at Tennis South Africa. And to all tennis fans, beginner or more experienced, today we're going to talk about strategy. Tip number 1, if you want to play more shots into the court, try and use the cross-court shot, cross your body, or the down-the-middle ball into the court instead of the down the line. Tip number 2, try and play the ball deeper into the court, ensuring that you push the person back. Tip number 3, try and move your opponent. Try and create space in order to play to an open space. I hope all these tips were helpful. Remember, tennis is a game about decision making, so the player that makes better decisions will win more points. Have a great day.
We have reached the end of the show. If you want to be featured in the next episode of The Breakpoint Show, what you need to do is simply share your videos and photos of your tennis program on social media by using the hashtag Breakpoint Show. Do remember to tag us on Twitter. We are at Tennis South Africa, Facebook it's Tennis South Africa, or Instagram at tennis_SA. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.